find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream next to the team. Yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call
Introducing.
They know what it is, know what I do.
Nick Tate.
Who don't understand? Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My rings.
Joe Caldero.
Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit
Chad
into
Young.
my shoes. Still I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And we have a special guest today, DV.
DV, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, thanks for showing up. He's given us a lot of support and love here lately. And you know what? Thanks for being a great fan, D.
You're a nicer guy than they say you are.
I think so, too. Mm-hmm. Guys, we truly appreciate all the support and love that you guys have been giving out to us. So today, we're going to give away some of our merchandise.
Right, like we said we was going to.
So we've got 3 winners.
3 winners.
And Joe, who we got?
At Russian Bishop made some comments, and we appreciate the interaction, and he's going to get a hat, or he or she, I don't really know.
Okay.
At The Frogs Are Back will be a shirt. They'll have to send us an email or just a comment and tell us what their size is. That's good enough. You know?
I like it.
At Zay5356 we'll get a tumbler.
Hey, I like it. All right, guys. So for that, if you're one of those winners, reach out to us at smashmouth1footballerz@gmail.com. We'll do a little verification just to make sure that's who it is. But also, we're gonna get some information from you so we can make sure you get that gear out to you.
Yep.
Guys, we're almost at 2,600 subscribers right as we're making this video. So hopefully, in the near future, we'll be able to give away those 4 jerseys. It's going to be 3 Tajay Spears and 1 Jackson jersey, all authenticated and signed, and from our friends at Pristine Auction.
Pristine Auction.
Okay. All right, so today we're going to go over Thursday night game predictions, and we're going to go over our top 5 running backs for me and Joe.
For the weekend coming.
For the week of 12.
Right. So it's going to be Browns and Steelers on Thursday night. It's good. I think it's going to be a really good game.
It could be. It could not be. I think if Winston shows up, maybe.
I think Winston is you can't shake that dude, man. He's going to throw the ball all over the field, and if it gets intercepted, a pick six or whatever, he's just going to shake it off and keep on slinging it. He's not going to stop slinging it.
It's like some games he shows up and he's like a superstar, and some games he's a dud.
Yeah, he tries to fit the ball in a golf ball size hole.
So, but the Steelers have a hell of a defense, and I don't know what we're going to do with that.
The Browns defense isn't no chump defense either. They're pretty good themselves.
Well, I'll tell you like this: the over/under is 36.5. So that means that everybody's predicting a low-scoring game.
I do not.
You think it's going to be a shootout?
I think it's going to be more than that. Jameis is going to sling the ball.
Okay.
They're going to run.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is doing amazing, surprisingly.
You would think, man. I don't know what happened. He must have gave him some new supplements or something.
I don't know what's going on.
He's acting like he's in his 20s again.
Man, he's doing great. Pickens is at least a top 10.
Yeah, and he's
this
happy.
week. And Najee's revitalized. Jaylen Warren's back in the mix.
So who do you think wins?
I think the Steelers win.
You still think the Steelers win?
Yeah, I think the Steelers win. I don't think it's 3 points. I think it's six
you think it's at least
6 or 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be I think the Steelers will run off with it. There's a good chance that Jameson, steps up and ends up being a really good game.
He's got the ability to any week
just
throw for 500 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's what's crazy.
But he also has the ability to throw for 500 yards, 1 touchdown, and 5 interceptions.
5 interceptions.
So you get what you get with him. Truthfully, I wish he was still our quarterback with the Saints. The guy wants to win. He's a good locker room guy. People love him. He's funny.
Yeah.
So
I know he's funny.
Let's go over some
of his interviews.
Let's go over some of the stats.
Man, Nick Chubb's got to have a good game this week.
So last week he didn't have a great game.
No, I think he has a better game this week.
Ford spelled him 5 times, but he only had 10 yards.
Yeah.
That was against the Saints. And Saints defense is not as good as the Steelers defense. So
I don't think it's a matter of the defenses. I think what happens is they're going to need some consistency against the Steelers, and they're going to find some yardage within Chubb doing his job.
But this is why Chubb only got 11 carries, was because Jerry Jeudy had 6 receptions. And Njoku had 9 receptions for 81 yards. Elijah Moore had 6 receptions.
Jamison Sling or Rock Winston.
Man, did he. And their guy Tillman only had 3 receptions, so it was an Njoku game. Njoku would be the guy who I would play him in this game too, even though it's the Steelers. Jerry Jeudy seems to have found himself last game, 6 receptions, 142 yards, and a touchdown.
Hopefully he keeps it up, because for the longest everybody had hopes that he was going to be an outstanding wide receiver, and maybe it's the team, maybe it's not.
I mean, with the big bye week this week, got a lot of teams on bye.
He's a good play.
Yeah, Jeudy is a good play in this.
I like it.
Yep. So on the other side of the ball, the Steelers last week, you had
Najee.
Yeah, it's Russell Wilson. He only threw for 205 and 1. Okay, but Najee had 63 yards. Jaylen Warren had 41 yards.
Sounds like almost like a 60-40 split carry.
Yep. Pickens is absolutely their guy. 8 receptions, 89 yards.
Go.
It's I think the Steelers win. The Steelers played the Ravens last week. Ravens have a terrible secondary in their defense. So we'll see, because the Browns have a better secondary.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be a game of the defenses. 36.5. That's not a lot of points.
No, it's really not. If you think about it, that's
5 touchdowns total.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think it could be. It's gonna be more than that. Both these are really good defenses, but both these quarterbacks are slinging the ball too.
Okay. Steelers win.
Steelers win.
All right. So let's talk about these running backs, guys.
Oh boy,
Joe. We're thinking top 5 for you this week.
So the consensus through all platforms and everything, consensus is CMC, Barkley, Achane, Mixon, and Henry.
Okay.
Mine going in is, and a lot of people ain't going to agree with me, but I've been pretty close the last couple of weeks. Jahmyr Gibbs is my number 1 against Indianapolis.
Okay.
Last game he had 69 yards and a rushing touchdown and 54 yards receiving. Okay. And I think he'll get past that. They're gonna do like they did last game, and this is gonna be a slaughter like it was the last game. But something about Detroit that is different than a lot of teams. When they are winning big, they don't take their foot off the gas,
and they spread the ball around a lot.
They say, hey, you line up your best players against ours, and if we're beating you, we're just going to continually
beat you.
Yeah, we're not pulling anybody out, and they did not.
No, they didn't.
And I like it. I like that.
No, that makes for a good game. Like, unless you're like a super cool Colts fan, when they're getting rocked by Detroit, you just got to watch it, because you're like, it just keeps happening.
Well, you should be able to accept the fact that Detroit is going to beat you by 3 touchdowns.
Ain't that great? This week the spread's 7.5. You think we want to put some money on Detroit getting it way further than that?
7.5.
I know.
That's insane.
Yeah.
My second guy, Saquon versus the Rams.
Okay.
Last week he had 146
get my
yards.
Boy McCaffrey,
no, not yet. 146 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 52 yards receiving.
He did really good.
He's amazing. He's my favorite
running back
for the past 3 or 4 years.
Too bad you didn't pick him up, because you.
I did.
Was worried about him getting hurt.
Yeah, I did because he's been hurt. He actually hurt me the last 2 years. CMC's third for me.
Okay.
Against Green Bay. He hasn't found his footing yet. 79 yards last game, 27 yards receiving. I think he's going to get a touchdown this time.
This is definitely a good game for him to get ahead.
Yeah. Green Bay's just middle of the road defense. Achane is my 4th guy against New England. Last game, 73 yards and a touchdown, 32 yards receiving. Achane will have 2 touchdowns this game against New England. And New England has a good defense.
Yep.
But they run the ball. Run.
Ramondre.
The next guy, Derrick Henry.
Okay.
I called that last game. I said it wouldn't have been a Derrick Henry game. 60 yards and a touchdown. It's good for anybody else, but not for him.
Right.
This game against the Chargers. Chargers have a good defense.
Right.
They're gonna set the tone with the run, and he's gonna have 80 yards and 1, maybe 2 touchdowns.
I got you.
And that's mine. That's my 5. Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon, CMC, HN, Derrick Henry.
Okay, I like it. I actually have a lot of positives I feel like you're in there with, but I'm a little different than you, and I'm going to surprise you a little bit. Okay. All right, for Nick, my number 1, believe it or not, this week.
If you say Joe Mixon.
Devon H.
Okay. I can see that.
Well, okay, so, Mostert's kind of just done tucked his tail. It's kind of over for Mostert.
Yeah, they tucked it for him. Mostert's still a dog, man. They did that to him. Go ahead.
But I kind of feel like this is going to be the game. They set the pace with A-Chain against the Pats, and they're going to just drive the ball down their throat with him.
Yeah, absolutely. They run the ball just as, if not the most in the league, just as much as the top 3 running.
You said he'd get 2 touchdowns this week. I honestly think he gets closer to 3 touchdowns. If not, he's going to get 2. He's going to be somewhere around 160.
The only reason I didn't say 3 was because they have to get Waddle a touchdown.
Yeah,
he's been absent,
and probably Hill, because Hill's been kind of missing out too. But I really think that they drive the ball down their throat with day change.
Yes,
this week.
I agree.
All right, to my boy. McCaffrey, number 2.
So who is your boy? Is it McCaffrey or Mixon? I mean, you're like...
Well, I mean, McCaffrey's my favorite.
Yeah, we know that.
So Mixon's my favorite this year. I got him in 3 leagues, and he's doing really great for me.
Okay.
But seriously though, McCaffrey, like you said, he hasn't been able to get his groove back. But this is definitely a game because he's a pass catching running back, and the Packers let them pass the ball all day long. And between a little bit of his running game, and he's going to be running out there in front of Purdy, picking the ball up all the time.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that Kittle gets back this week, and he kind of stirs the pot, because then it's going to give McCaffrey more love.
Frees up some room down in the middle of the field.
That's it. Then we're going to go number 3, Saquon Barkley. I think he does better this week.
Number 3, man, that hurt a little bit.
I'm going to tell you like this. Last week I told you Joe Mixon was going to be number 1, and guess what? Joe Mixon was running back 1.
Yeah, you did call that.
And Saquon was running back 2. Hold on. I said that too. Yep. But yes, definitely Barkley's going to be number 3. The only reason I think that is the Rams are pretty good against the run game. But again, he's going to get, I know he gets a touchdown. I think he gets 140 yards on a touchdown this week.
Yeah. Yep.
Next, my gosh, I just want to say Joe Mixon, but I can't. Not this week, man. So number 4, Derrick Henry. I think this is a Derrick Henry game, just like you. I think they end up setting the pace with Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry gets 2 touchdowns this week.
Something that Lamar's been doing this year. At the goal line, I think they're letting Derrick Henry just fall into the end zone.
Well, why not?
And instead of putting Lamar out there to get hurt, and that's the way they need to be playing it.
I mean, if you threw a Volkswagen into the end zone, wouldn't everybody else get the hell out the way?
How are you going to tackle that?
It takes at least half the team to get him off his feet.
Right.
I think he gets close to 100 yards this week and 2 touchdowns.
Right.
And then number 5, Joe Mixon. Oh, man, he's been doing so great. I still think the offense runs around Joe Mixon.
Absolutely does.
The problem is Titans has a hell of a defense.
They have a very good defense.
So it's projected to be a low-scoring game, 41.5. I think Mixon gets 1 touchdown this week. I think he gets close to 100, maybe 120.
If the Texans do like they did last game and get the passing game started early and scare that. Remember, they scared them with that Nico Collins 80-yard touchdown.
And they called it back. Man.
But that opened up everything. Nico out there running routes.
They had to hold on to him and Tank Dell. Tank Dell got involved. So, I mean, it was really good to see the way they were playing last week.
And Mechie, I'm so glad to see him playing, man, after beating cancer and stuff the way he did. That dude he's awesome. I hope he does really good.
Yeah, he's been getting some love out there on the field.
Right.
And he's been becoming a part of that team that they really need, especially with Stephon Diggs missing.
Right.
Dalton Schultz got some love last week, too.
Sure did.
But for me, that's it. So I'm going to start off with A-Chain, number 1, McCaffrey, number 2, Barkley, number 3, Derrick Henry, number 4, and Joe Mixon, number 5.
Sweet.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, I think this concludes our episode on running backs, guys.
We'll be back on Friday to talk about the weekend.
That's it. And check out our wide receiver video that's coming up next.
Right.
All right. Till next time, I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldera.
And DV.
DV.
We're out.
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Wait, we got a dream, next to the team, yeah, we can handle it. Wait, soon as I go and I step in arenas, they call me the champ. They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue. My ring, finna be immortalized. Yeah, they know it's true. They couldn't walk a mile or even fit into my shoes. Still, I got a lot to prove, but for all that we've been through, this overdue. This the anthem. Pull up and you know the team is strong. This your anthem. All my underdogs. Everybody get your hands up. Times was hard, but we made it through. We were struggling for a minute, so that winning overdue. Yeah. They know it's true.